And the problem was that it's quite different from 2016 case, because in 2016, if you go back 8 years ago, what happened was that the several ferry the disaster triggered the impeachment process, and which would actually took about 2 years because they had a criminal investigation about the owner of the ship and other related parties, and then even go back to 2004, I think that's one of the missions. Actually, I was in the United States. I was watching CNN, also going in Korea, and there was the impeachment process. And I looked at the big issue was that at that time, one of the main arguments for the impeachment was that the incompetence. Basically, they said the DP or PPP down, right? Today, the conservative party arguing that No Beyond is not capable of doing his job. That's what I said. And 2016 is about the inaction by President Park Geun-hye during the time of critical times, because she was missing actually 7 hours during the ferry sinking at the time. And now this time this is quite different from the previous two, because this time the people concerned about the President Yoon Suk-yeol's criminal action or illegal, also unconstitutional action. So I'm very surprised to see that the 107 member and got out of the parliamentary session just because to save their faces and to save their party. That's really very shameful. I think that's very shameful, and we would be history remember their names. And with my kid asking about what's going to happen, it's like, why it's unbelievable that things happen in 21st century in Korea. Because I'm very proud of being a Korean, because we are very Korean in a way, but I'm very ashamed what happened today. And then maybe it's time for looking at our current system, because we're looking at Washington and the U.S. election, and there's a bipartisan system. I think there's a problem with the bipartisan system itself, and maybe better way to find out the check and balance within the government. I think that's the things the public have to look at big picture.
And I think we're learning that actually lawmaker Kim Ye-ji from the ruling People Party, she just voted and left.
Oh.
Yes, so I think that's we're learning it right now. And Mr. An, what about, we're talking about some political risks and perhaps legal risks of a conservative party. Then what about the main liberal party, that is Democratic Party? Does it also have legal risks?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, but look at the big picture. I think both parties actually basically completely making the same argument actually, because they're saying that the DPP or PPP saying that the National Assembly has too much power. They're abusing their power. That's what they say. And on the other hand, the Democratic Party basically saying the president has too much power, right? So, but from my perspective, from outsider, third party, I think they both have too much power. Because there's no party can check and balance their powers, I think, basically. So I was wondering, like, maybe you should have some different type of checking power, against the president, also the National Assembly, because I was thinking that if you have put as a national vote, if general public vote for it, I remember read some statistics. It's about over 70% is kind of in favor of impeachment, right? If we actually have general voting, I'm sure there's over 60%, something like that. So I guess that in time for the public think about, Korean people should think about which is a better way to checking their power, both sides, the executive and then also the parties.
You have a very interesting point there, Mr. An. And President Yoon Suk-yeol addressed the nation this morning. He apologized to the public for the martial law incidents, and he said he will leave all decisions to his party to stabilize the political situation, including what becomes of his term. I think that would mean the constitutional reform for a 4-year presidency. Do you think his remarks have affected lawmakers and today's decisions for the ruling party?
I got 2 comments on that.
Yes.
First one, I was shocked because it's too short. I was rewind twice. Oh my God, it's over. I was rewinded. That's it. And the second thing, I think that's illegal per se, because he's a president, right? He got a legal duty to perform his duty, right? He's basically saying, I don't want to do my job, but don't fire me, don't send me to jail. And then the PPP agreed, right? Even the PPP chairman Han, right? He said, well, I was very shocked because that, according to the press, I mean, the blacklist, right, to the political, right, blacklist was, the chairman was included, and he was very surprised. And then he 11 a.m. today, he said he's gonna say vote in favor of impeachment, and he changed his mind after quick talk with the president. Basically, he's gonna step down, but he's not stepping down per se. He say, well, I will give you power, do whatever you will do. Two hands, right? Han Duck-soo, right? And then right, Han Duck-soo, and then the two hands, right? Basically. So basically, what happened was that I'm very concerned that I think the press meeting was that itself is illegal. I mean that you can't step down, say, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. I will step